phone's like trapping heat. What do you have?
I got nothing.
Okay.
No, we got letters.
That's all right.
We've got stretching. We've got mani-pedis. We've got.
I'm just chit-chatting, and then I've got
all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
All right. We're going to do the love languages.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay. Well, here's a card for you, and you have a pen.
Which?
Because we're going to write down. Oh, shoot. Let me get that book. I've got to write down what it says.
Hello, Michael. Of our moderators. Hello, Tiff Tippett. Hello, Faith. No, you were third. Hello, Becky. Hello, Hannah Herb, one of our very, very best customers. Actually, all of y'all are our very best customers. Hello, Heather. Hello, Bethany. Carmen Michelle Humphreys Kirk. Hello, Dana Don. Army 63B and Stronger and Wiser. Sarah Reed Spencer. Duh. Michael's still working. Hector Wasabi. Hello, Patty. Sarah, just Tessa. Angie. Terry Mabe.
We might not get to I might save one of my things again for next week. If we get to it, great.
Hello, Hannah Herb. Huh?
I have some stuff for tonight, but if we don't get to it, I'll just carry it over to next week.
Hannah, I say it right sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on the day. I'm sorry.
Or Hannah?
I'm sorry. You can call me Aylin for that. Let's see.
Call you something else.
Yeah. I'll answer just about everything.
All right.
Hello, Carmen Michelle Humphreys Kirk. You know, we've received a lot of jokes.
Because it's an easy, fun contest. Alan was actually reading them today, and he...
Oh.
What?
I thought you were going to say I poo-pooed the idea, and I did not.
Why would you automatically assume I was going to say something negative when I was actually going to say something positive? I was going to say Alan actually walked into the room as I was working this morning and was chortling and chuckling over a couple of submissions.
What's that thing that's wrong with your hands? They get cold? What is it?
Raynaud syndrome. This is an old Kid Craddock bit, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. He used to make me do a laundry list of what was wrong with me.
Okay. Well, we're going to review that then. We're going to replay that. I know that's.
And of course, I'd add to it.
I know that's.
Bit,
I know that.
Bit.
Well, this isn't a bit. This is not a bit.
Well, honey, I'm getting older.
Because I live with it, so this isn't a bit.
That's not a loving thing to say.
No, I don't mind. We're just doing a bit. Hello, Susan Gould.
I've been doing this bit a lot lately.
Hello, Caroline Baez. Hello, Rachel.
Go a bit early tonight.
North Carolina. Hello, Yana.
You ready?
What's wrong with my hair? Everybody says your hair looks nice.
Okay, so here's the deal. I colored it, and I got the wrong box of color again. I want to go dark auburn. If you could see this in the light of day, my hair is the color of a shiny new copper penny.
Yes.
And this is not the color that was on the box.
Newly minted.
And I had it last night now and didn't say a word, but today he came and he was like, whoa, your hair is so... You did.
I didn't say it like that.
What'd you say?
I said, wow, that's copper. I didn't go, whoa. I didn't do that.
Okay, Alan. Because what I did was so different than what you said.
You did it with angst.
Well, you're saying you're listing everything that's wrong with me. So how is it that far-fetched to believe you looked at my hair and went, whoa?
It's not chestnut, it's copper.
Well, it's supposed to be.
I prefer it chestnut.
Right. So my Target has let me down a lot lately. I'm going to start driving to one a little bit further away because it's a nicer Target, and it has. So the last few times I've gone to my most convenient Target, they've been out of my hair color that I want. So I've been settling for something that comes close. And yeah, in this light, I guess it looks all right. That my roots were so gray. I was looking bald if you were watching last podcast, but now you can see where the hair is. It's thin, but it's there. And
oh, Julie,
this is copper. This is not podcast content because we're talking about what you see. But anyway, It's very red.
Close, safe beauty.
I'm going to go buy a darker color. And
Hey,
make it
Mel.
darker.
Hey, Sin. Hello, Heather. I feel bad calling Hannah or Hannah.
It's Hannah and not Hannah.
It's Hannah. I've known that.
See, why would your mother do that to you?
It's like the road to Hannah.
You have to really question your mother.
Why are you blaming her mom?
Because when you give
Why are you blaming?
When you give a child a unique pronunciation, what do they spend their entire life doing? Correcting people. I mean, it's a simple thing, but it's like me with Kellie with an IE. I spent my entire life saying it's Kellie with an IE. And so then when I had Emma Kellie, I spelled hers with a Y to save her from having to always correct people. But guess what people do? They assume I spell her name after mine, and so they spell hers with an IE.
Oh, no, wait a second. I thought you were correcting me. I said it the right way, but now she's saying I'm saying it the wrong way.
What? Is it Hannah?
It's Hannah. And
like
that's
manna?
I thought that's how I said it.
You might have said Hannah being funny. Were you being funny? Alan mispronounced. Okay, now I backtrack on your mother. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, and I'm glad she named you Hannah. This is a beautiful name. It's biblical. But Alan sometimes will mispronounce words for emphasis. See what I'm saying? He does that a lot to be funny, right?
It's a good bit.
What's a good bit?
Mispronouncing words.
He does it on purpose. Man, I'm so chatty all of a sudden. I'm so tired.
Oh,
y'all, I'm losing my mind. I should probably save some of this for the podcast. I'm losing my mind. It's not, and people think it's Hashimoto's. I think it's just that I don't get enough sleep. Losing sleep makes you forgetful. And I can't see y'all's comments. They're like little blurry things to me.
I was just watching a band on YouTube. There were these kids that couldn't have been more than 12 or 13. And they were playing like Led Zeppelin. They had a girl singer, a girl bassist.
It's good.
A guitar, and boys that were guitarists and drum. They sounded just like freaking Led Zeppelin.
It's great.
I mean, they were awesome.
Maybe they went to School of Rock.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And they played that, and then they played
some very talented kids there.
And
then there's my daughter who quit after her first piano lesson.
They played War Pigs by Ozzy. I mean, it was great.
I don't know War Pigs.
No more war pigs got the power. Oh, it's a great song. Okay.
Ready? Here's your little disc in.
Yeah, give me a little something.
Testing 1, 2. Does this screen look dark to you? Does it need to be brightened?
Well, it looks the same to them. This is just
it's for my benefit.
That's how it looks to us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my hair maybe does look more copper.
Well, give me something.
I am. I'm talking the whole time.
Phil Manus. Please pick up the red courtesy phone.
This one.
Phil Manus. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Phil Manus.
You did film a Kraken like a minute ago or something.
Why don't you let me be in charge of that, and
what
you be in
do
charge
is like
of
start deleting the ones you've done.
Okay. No more war pigs got the. Now I got war pigs on my head.
I don't even know that song.
In my head. Okay, ready?
Yep. Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband, Alan Evans, and he is not a war pig.
Hey, trade in the house. I'm not a war pig.
Alan was singing a song called War Pigs, and I've never heard of it in my life.
Come on, babe. That's classic Oz.
Was that when he was with Black Sabbath or was he solo?
The Ozman Cometh. Yeah, it's Black Sabbath, actually.
I don't know how does it go? Rip us off a little.
Oh, gosh.
Because what you were singing, it sounds almost pleasant.
Yeah.
It's not like a heavy metal thing.
It's
like
not. He kind of sings slowly, and then they rock, and then he sings slowly, and then they rock. I'm not going to sing War Pigs on here.
Do it.
No,
just the tune.
Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Sing the prettier part about war pigs.
No more war pigs have the power. Dun dun. Is in the hour.
Never heard it in my life. I have no idea.
Yeah.
We lived very different youths. My youth was Duran Duran and Scandal with Patti Smythe, Def Leppard. That was heavy. Well, that wasn't heavy metal. That was just hair band.
Yeah, mine was Metallica, Black Sabbath. Guns N' Roses,
Yeah.
Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
Soundgarden. But
Yeah.
before that, when I was a very young guy and I was in my parents' living room searching through their 8 tracks, it was Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was Alabama.
Yeah.
It was.
We loved Alabama. That was.
It was Merle Haggard.
One of the first. I think that might have been the first concert I saw was Alabama.
It was. My dad had Phil Collins or Genesis. He had the Eagles.
So you were a fan of your dad's music.
I was a fan of my dad's music before I went to the really hard stuff.
We had Elvis, and we had the Osmonds. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Remember that? One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Oh, I don't care what they say. I don't care what you something. Remember those? That's what we were listening to.
That's good stuff. Man.
And we don't need to keep going on, do we?
I can't believe you made me sing. I couldn't even carry it. I couldn't carry a tune last week.
I know. Some days are better than others. I can remember that kind of garbage. I cannot remember anything right now. I did some laundry last night. I'm just tired. I need to get more sleep. I did laundry. I took one load out and folded it, put another load in the dryer, went to bed. And this morning, you know how you get up and you refluff the laundry. So I double dried it because it was all wrinkled. And I started pulling it out. And I'm like, these clothes are dirty. What's going on? My washing machine must not be working. And so I threw them back in the washing machine. When I opened it up, the laundry detergent and the fabric softener is still sitting there. I never turned the washing machine on. I took dry clothes out of the washing machine and put them in the dryer, Alan.
I know you did.
And had to wash. What is wrong with me?
Well, I'm concerned about you and what I've done.
I am losing.
Well,
and I know people think it might be Hashimoto's. I was told one time by some hormone therapist that I had signs of beginning stages of Hashimoto's. I'm telling you, all I need is more sleep.
Here's the deal. I'm concerned about Kelly.
Really? Are you being jokey?
No, I'm concerned. So what I've done is, and Kelly told me this is an old bit she used to do on the radio. I had no idea.
Kid Craddock used to always, because there's always something wrong with me.
Oh!
There's always something wrong with me.
Well, if Kid Craddock
only go through the list, he'd say, Kelly, what's wrong with you today?
If he could only have lived with you, he might have been able to put together a bigger list.
He's like, what's wrong with you today? And he'd play music while I would just go down the list. And sometimes I would just have to, because I know it's a funnier bit the more longer my list could be. But
well, it's funny you say that because people love lists.
I love lists.
And I put together a list.
A list of what's wrong with me?
Yeah, let's go down the list. And you can.
Are you saying this list with love because you're very concerned?
I am. You can corroborate or you can refute this list.
Okay.
Or you can rebut this list.
Happy to do it.
First one I have is arthritis/tendonitis in your hand.
Well, no.
That's fake news?
Well, you're
fake
a little
news.
Confused.
Oh,
I'm not saying it's fake news, but you're confused.
Okay.
I had a very horrible pain in my shoulder a couple years ago, so bad that when I make a certain motion, I would drop to my knees in pain, and I thought I had torn something.
Babe, I'm talking about the thing in your hand.
I know. I'm telling you, you're confused. So I went to get an MRI.
I'm always confused.
And because I thought I was going to have surgery, and he said I had arthritis, bursitis, and tendonitis in my right shoulder. Mm-hmm. So there's certain movements, like I can't do an overhand. Oh, that hurts just doing that. I can't do that movement. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And, I did some physical therapy. I just don't do certain movements and I'm fine. Well, now I've been having this pain in my right wrist and I'm like, well, oh my gosh. And I let it go for a year because I don't want to be a bother.
Mm-hmm. We have a long list, babe.
Until I fell and had to catch myself and my wrist gave out on me. Mm-hmm. So I've had an MRI. I've had blood work done, x-rays. He thinks it's an inflamed tendon.
Inflamed tendon. Okay.
That's what it is in my wrist.
Got it. Sorry.
And he's got me on a mild arthritis medicine, but it's not, I don't have arthritis.
Okay. Inflamed tendon.
So there's the refuting and explaining.
Okay. Number 2, we have hot flashes.
Yes, they are getting a little bit better. But tonight I was so hot while I was folding laundry. I just took off my shirt in front of Alan while I was folding laundry. I said, I can't. I'm so hot.
Kelly went shirtless.
It was not cute.
Number 3, we have bursitis in your hip.
I do. I have bursitis mainly in my right hip. It developed when I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And here's a tip for you ladies. If you get bursitis, or maybe men too, if you have bursitis in your joints, I used to try to walk through the pain. My chiropractor told me that was the wrong thing to do. And I used to apply heat because heat feels so good. Again, the wrong thing to do. If you've got bursitis, put ice on it. You ice bursitis. And I'll tell you what, It'll clear it up like that.
Okay. Number 4, we have a dowager's hump.
I do have a dowager's hump. I had to look it up on the internet to
Mhm.
get a name for it. It's that hump in the back of your neck, ladies.
Humpy back.
We get it from, and you do these ridiculous neck exercises to try to counter it because you bend over all day.
Okay.
On laptops and phones.
Okay. Okay. You're not refuting that.
Not.
Okay. Number 5, we have Raynaud syndrome.
I have Raynaud syndrome. I inherited it, I think, from my mother. When I hold something cold, I talked about this in the last podcast. I get like cadaver fingers. They completely get numb and they turn ghostly, deathly white. And then when the heat back up, they get really red hot.
Okay. Number 6, we have a malformed toe, affectionately known as cashew toe.
Yeah, there is a medical term for it. I don't know the word for it. But that's
Not
like
refuting that?
having a crooked nose.
Not refuting that?
But it's not an ailment. It's just a
If I hear about it, it's an ailment. Number 7 or 8, I've lost track. Sensitive teeth.
I do. I have but that's true, I think, of a lot of redheads. And also I was telling Alan, the reason he said this is because sometimes I just need to crunch something. It's like, I said, I guess it's sort of like a dog chewing a bone. They need to chew something. Sometimes I need to chew like crunchy stuff. And I don't know, is that an iron deficiency? I think I read somewhere one time.
Okay. Number 8, we have Hashimoto's.
Well, I don't think I have Hashimoto's. I think I just need to sleep.
So you're refuting that?
The doctor told me I was showing signs of early Hashimoto's, but I think he just caught me on a very tired day.
Okay. Number 9, we have chronic constipation.
I am chronically constipated. Yeah, I don't go a lot.
That concerns me probably more
than it concerns me.
Because this guy can set his watch to it. Okay. Every morning he can set his freaking watch to it. This one, lucky what?
Once or twice a week, maybe.
That's not healthy.
But some days I do better.
Not healthy.
I know. I went to my doctor about it. I've been to doctors about it because I also agree. But I think this is very common with women. I don't know what it is, but he said it was normal for me.
Wow. Number 10. Only a few more. Chronic fatigue.
That's just I'm tired. I don't sleep enough. That's not the same thing as like I'm just tired all the time.
I know, but if you mention to me that I'm always tired, I
can put my head down right now.
Then that's chronic fatigue.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Undiagnosed, self-diagnosed.
And then number 11, I think that this just sums up our list, and we can put a bow on this and move on to different content. Maybe Alan's list, if there's not even an Alan's list, because I'm so cast iron.
No, you're always.
I have a cast iron. No, this isn't about me. No, this isn't about me. No, that's fake news. Number 11, the change.
Well, that was going back to the hot flashes.
I know, but I think the change kind of it just all of this. Yeah, I think so.
You want out? You want out?
What was that face?
Well, I mean, what do you want me to do?
Do I have a list?
Do you?
You tell me.
Well, you're constantly tooting.
That's not true.
It is true.
That is not true.
Toot, and then we just sit there in silence, and he'll kind of look at me, and I'll kind of look at him. And what am I supposed to say? I don't know what buttons you're pushing. I can't hear anything.
When you see me push a button, don't say I know what buttons you're pushing because
I don't know what you're doing.
I know.
But what noise was that?
How amateurish is our podcast?
But what was that noise you just
How
pushed?
amateurish is this podcast at this moment?
Did you do a toot sound?
I don't know.
You don't even know what you pushed.
I was trying to read the little yellow sticky note that I have on my drop buttons.
You don't even know. You need to go back and listen because I don't even know what you're playing. Anyway. My husband toots a lot. That's all I'm saying. You have gotten better with your snoring, though. That's good.
You're spreading fake news. I don't toot a lot.
Your hair is Kenny Rogers. That's it. That's all that's wrong with you.
I sent my dad and my mother and father. I told them that my wife was spreading a rumor, telling the public that I looked like Kenny Rogers, and they were horrified. They were mortified.
Really? So are you exaggerating like you say, I always exaggerate?
No. My dad, I sent
horrified.
I sent him the profile picture of me, the profile picture of Kenny, and all he could text back was, whoa.
Okay.
Which means
that sounds horrified to me.
Well, I say it all the time, but when my dad goes, whoa,
unless your dad's bit.
No. He was horrified that I'm
Anyway,
taking this
you don't
abuse.
okay, see, I have to explain. You don't look exactly like Kenny Rogers. You just give me the Kenny Rogers vibe, the gambler vibe. When he'd wear the open collared shirts, a little low, and he'd sing Islands in the Stream with Dolly, and he had that little wave going. That's what it gives me the vibe of. That's it.
Well,
and I've always found Kenny to be a very attractive man until he started cutting up his face.
Whoa.
He didn't even look like himself when he died.
Well, our live studio audience is saying, number one, you need to come up with a more comprehensive list of my ailments. And number two, one of our very best customers, Just Tessa, said that lurching is one of mine.
Her heaving, lurching, belching. Yeah, there's a lot of that. If the gas ain't coming out his mouth, it's coming out his
You know
butt.
what? If you surveyed our gals, our listeners that are gals, our gal listeners would say, you know what? My husband and boyfriend, they're always tooting, burping, farting.
Okay. So when I say you do it, then don't say you don't. Now you're saying we all do.
Picking, rolling, and flicking.
Whatever.
Hand down pants.
Yeah.
Scratching.
Whatever. Okay. Why? Yeah, that's my man. My heaving, lurching, butt scratching man.
Wait a minute.
What?
What are we even talking about on this podcast? What are we doing now?
A lot of stuff. I got this morning. Look, okay, I was kind of concerned. I had to look this up on the internet today because it concerned me. Do y'all have Keurigs?
I do.
Does it keep telling you it's time to descale it and you just hit the ignore button? How many times are you allowed to ignore the descaling button before it becomes toxic coffee? Because is it dangerous? I was starting to worry because I know I hit that ignore button a lot.
Yeah,
descaling is not fun. I don't want to do it. It's boring and awful. I don't want to do it. So I just I would rather just get a new Keurig than descale it. That's how lazy I am. So I looked it up on the internet because I was concerned. And I went to actually the Keurig website and it said descaling is an important part of cleaning your Keurig brewer. This process removes calcium deposits or scale. That's what it is. Scale sounds gross.
That sounds gross.
I wish they would just say decalcifying or something, but it's descaling, which is gross sounding. It said that builds up inside a coffee maker over time. Calcium and scale are non-toxic, but left unattended, they can hinder your brewer's performance. So there you go. Maybe it'll make it brew a little slower and spit and spurt because it's not flowing as freely, but it's not dangerous. They say you should do it every 3 to 6 months to preserve the long-term health of the brewer. Just in case you were wondering, if you keep hitting that ignore button once every 3 to 6 months.
Why do you bring up said subject?
Because it happened again this morning. I just said that. And I was like, am I going to have to put scale poisoning on my list of things that are wrong with me?
Scale poisoning.
Because I haven't descaled the Keurig.
I did it with vinegar one time.
Yeah.
And I had
to rinse the hell out of it.
Oh my gosh. I was rinsing water through that Keurig for a week.
It's awful.
To get the vinegar smell out.
I just buy a new Keurig.
That's what we got to do is just buy a new Keurig.
Well, it works fine. I just keep hitting the ignore button on the descaler. Anyway, that was my little public service announcement. I've given you all a lot of helpful information in the first 10 or 15 minutes of this podcast. Ice your beside us, and you don't have to descale your Keurig unless you just really want to.
And stretch your dowager's hump.
Yeah. Stand up straight, ladies. All right. Look, think about how many times, if we do brush our teeth at least, right? At least once a day, sometimes twice. Although my Aunt Marilyn brushed her teeth after every meal and she never had a cavity in her life, Alan. But you could probably brush your teeth in your sleep because some of us actually probably do. We brush them so early in the morning, but it's never quite the same as that fresh from the dentist cleaning you get, right? When you rub your tongue over your teeth and they're just so shiny and slick.
Fresh.
Well, you can get a dentist quality clean at home, but don't brush. Brush.
Brush.
Yes. What is brush, you ask? Well, first you spell it with 2 U's. And just saying the word brush is really fun. Try it. Try it right now.
Brush. And there's an umlaut under the first over the first U.
Yes. Well, brush cleans your teeth at 31,000 movements a minute. That's crazy.
That's a lot.
And when you brush manually, you can top out at maybe 300 if you're got a really quick wrist. But many electric toothbrushes are barely a step above manual, and some do a good job, but they cost $200 or more. I ain't paying that much for an electric toothbrush, and you don't have to with Brush. Brush delivers premier sonic wave technology without the markups that big electric toothbrush, usually tack on. It's a super sleek electric toothbrush that honestly is kind of sexy. Alan's black Brush is, it looks so cute on his counter.
Thank you.
Sexy.
Thank you.
I got a pink one. Because why can't your Brush make you happy when you look at it and make you feel a little sexy inside? And it has a lot of different cleanings. You can do the regular, it automatically defaults to that, but they have a deep cleaning setting. They have one that clean your gums. They even have a brush clean. You just flip the toothbrush over on the back, you can clean your tongue. And since it's supposed to be for 2 minutes, there's a 2-minute timer on it that changes every 30 seconds. So you move on to the next section. I'll tell you what, Brush would make a great gift. If you want to give them this holiday season, get one for yourself too. And for our listeners, we've got a really sweet deal.
You can get 15% off your Brush when you use promo code SANDWICH at brush.com.
Remember, that's 2 U's.
BRUUSH.com. Try it 90 days risk-free and get a 2-year warranty.
That's great.
That's Brush, BRUUSH.com. Promo code SANDWICH.
I neglected to say, and let me tack this on what you get with the starter kit. You're going to get the electric toothbrush, 3 brush heads, a magnetic charging station, and a very sleek, sexy travel case. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's what you get with the starter kit.
Brush.com with 2 U's.
And they send you replacement heads every 3 months because that's right when your toothbrush starts getting wonky anyway.
But you don't have to type
a bunch of stuff.
You don't have to type the umlaut.
Okay, honey, we've done a lot of talking so far, and I'm going to do a little bit more because I just don't know why.
This is a podcast, and we can't do sign language.
I
right?
know, but I just feel very talky tonight.
Okay.
Alan and I have this book called The Adventure Challenge, and you may have heard me if you listen to the Kid Craddock show. You might have heard me talk about it. It's an adventure book. And it's got 50 challenges in it. And they've got a version for couples. They've got a version for kids, families. And they have a version for friends. You can do it with friends groups. And basically what the Adventure Challenge is hoping to accomplish is to get people to reconnect again. Put down your devices. Everybody's Netflixing and chilling. This all we've done, in quarantine. It's time to reconnect because you can be in the same house with someone and have zero connection, right?
Like 2 ships passing in the night.
Exactly. So it's a scratch off book. So the only rule is once you scratch it off, you have to do it. That's the agreement you make. And it's nothing dangerous. It's, some fun, silly activities that, it's meant to reconnect you. They have, like I said, for families. We've got a version for the kids we haven't opened up yet.
So these aren't bachelorette or bachelor bits where they're like, I don't know, like tight roping over a canyon or something like that.
No, but it'd be like fun little challenges. It'd be like, for instance, they'll give you a hint. You don't know what it is till you scratch it off, but you can get an idea because, like, say you have kids. You can look at the challenge, and some of the hints will be like, you'll need to get a sitter for this one if you have young kids, because it's going to take you out of the house. Or you'll need to have, this will probably cost you between $10 and $20, even though some don't cost anything. And some say it'll be like, this will be best to do on a warm, sunny day, because obviously you're going to have to go outside. And like, for instance, I remember there's one where you go to a park and you play like Marco Polo with water balloons, and, adults doing silly activities like that. Like I said, that is very much like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, because that gets your adrenaline pumping, your endorphins going, and it can make you really fall in love again.
We should do Catch the Baby, where you throw a water balloon way up and then you try to catch it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't know why you call it that. But anyway, there's also one with like blindfold baking. Like one of you is blindfolded and the other one has to teach you the recipe and stuff. And it's just fun, silly stuff. So anyway, Alan and I did one tonight. You can do this anytime. And there's 50 of them. So you do one a week. You could have almost a year of adventures. And this one was involving love languages. And we've talked about this a bit on the podcast before, but Alan and I have never read the book. And guess what? You don't have to read the book. You can go online and take the love languages quiz and find out what your love language is. I didn't know this until we scratched off our adventure tonight.
Did you just
to do that?
Did you just do like an Ask Jeeves search to find the survey?
It was DuckDuckGo. That's the one I used.
But you did a search.
I did, because
Okay.
it said, here's the challenge. And first of all, the tip was it's free and you can do it anytime, and it should take you about an hour, because it also gives you how long it could take. So I'm like, we got an hour. Let's have some adventure, Alan. So it said, go online, and both you and your partner, because they don't know if this is for, spouses or couples, whatever. And you take the 5 love languages test. You write your partner's love language on a piece of paper and ask them 2 to 3 ways you can love them in their language. And then you write those answers down on the paper and put that piece of paper on your bathroom mirror. That way, every day it's reminding you, hey, I need to speak to my husband in his love language. And it's just a little reminder. Collaboratively plan a date that focuses on your love languages. Complete the planned date within a week. All right, so go online, and we did the love languages test.
We both did the survey.
Mine was not a surprise. I knew what my love language is going to be based upon what the list they were. But here's the problem with love languages. Just because it's my love language doesn't mean it's Alan's love language. So my love language ends up being acts of service. I told Alan, this is why I think it's so sexy when you're out in the yard doing stuff, because he's out there planting or pruning or he installed a French drain, y'all, one time. I about fell out on the floor. It was so sexy. And I said, you know why? Because that's my love language. But
I just didn't know you would think that laying pipe like that was so sexy.
Right? Come on, ladies. You feel me on that? Maybe you don't, because that's not your love language. Maybe your love language is, I like my man to buy me gifts. That's not a horrible thing. And it doesn't have to be expensive gifts. It's like if your man, he's just at the gas station and brings you home a candy bar because he knows it's your favorite. That's a gift. And that makes you feel, he thought of me, so thoughtful with gifts, that kind of thing. So saying your love language is gifts does not make you a greedy person. It really doesn't. You have to just understand what the languages mean. But because I feel loved when Alan does things for me, and I'm doing all these things for him, like, Alan, I just did all your laundry, and Alan, I just, went and got your car washed for you. And Alan, he's like, well, thanks, babe. He's not hearing that. I'm telling you, I love you without saying it, because you know what Alan's love language is?
Words of affirmation.
He needs me to stroke his ego and compliment him all the time.
That's not what that means.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I'm like a puppy dog. I want people to tell me I'm doing a good job.
Words of affirmation and stroking their little puppy egos.
Yes, I want people. I want to feel like people are pleased with me.
Right. So, but I need to verbalize those things to him, because that's how he feels and hears that I love him. So my number 1 love language, because you each have some piece of it as part of your makeup. You can go take this online.
Yours wasn't overwhelming, though.
Not overwhelming. Number 1 for me was acts of service. Number 2 on my love languages were words of affirmation.
And that was kind of almost the same.
Pretty even. 3rd on my list was physical touch.
Yeah.
We don't have to be gropey handsy all over each other, but when we're walking side by side, I like to hold your hand.
Fondles.
We're not fondles. And it was tied with receiving gifts. And I bring up the candy bar at the gas station analogy because somebody did that for me once, and I've just never forgotten it. I thought it was the sweetest thing ever. And the last on my list is quality time.
Was it me?
But I think, well, the first time it happened. You never forget your first candy bar from a gas station.
What about all those?
I know, honey. You do it for me all the time. See, now look at him getting all
What about all
offended.
those magazines and flowers and stuff I bring?
I know, you're sweet. I'm just saying the reason I brought up that example.
Need some words of affirmation.
I'm just saying the example of the candy bar from the gas station is a good example, because it just didn't show a lot of thought or anything. It's just like, oh, here, let me your candy bar. Okay.
I got you 5 tubs of licorice the other day. Bad.
Anyway, like I was saying, the last on my list is quality time together. But I think, because you're answering these questions, if you asked me these questions 5 years ago, my answers might have been different, right? Because I wasn't in a committed relationship, and maybe my language would have been, I was super horny and I wanted, mine would have been physical touch 5 years ago. I don't know. But now that I can get it anytime I want it, it's down lower on the list.
Easy. It's a family podcast.
I'm teasing. But quality time with Alan is like, y'all, we've been together like 365 days of the year, 24/7 with quarantine, so I feel like that's why it didn't rank higher for me because we're together all the time anyway.
Which one?
Quality time.
Oh, quality time.
Because we're always together.
But is that quality time?
And we go out on dates all the time. We used to before quarantine. We still go out to lunch all the time, but we'd go sit on patios and drink martinis.
See, that's where we differ because my number one was words of affirmation. My number two was quality time.
So that's why I said mine was low. We have it all the time anyway. But
I look at it differently.
Alan loves quality time.
Us walking around in here in our fat man and fat woman pants, like, doing errand, like just puttering around.
See, you're not allowed to include me in fat woman pants.
Okay. Well, I'm walking around in my fat man pants and we're just puttering around doing dishes and stuff. That's not quality time.
I know. You want to go on dates with me.
Just because we're in the same room doesn't mean that's quality time.
Right. I agree.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying mine was lower on the list than it was on yours. Your number 3 was physical touch, which is also mine.
Which is about the same as yours.
Which I think that's great. As long as you're both on the same page, like some couples need to have sex 3 times a day, some people 3 times a week, some people 3 times a year.
Whoa.
It's fine, because some people compare their sex lives to their friends who are always bragging. The only ones bragging are the ones who get it 3 times a day. But you compare yourself, you're like, well, what's wrong with me and my relationship? But you know what? If you and your partner are on the same page, then that's heaven. Right?
You know what? It's been my experience. The ones who brag a lot about it aren't getting as much as they say.
Well, I'm just saying, though.
Especially if you're a dude. If you're a dude and you're bragging about it, you ain't getting as much as you say.
But 4th on Alan's list was acts of service. And see, that's my love language. So Alan needs to do more stuff for me to feel loved. And the last, very low, Alan's only 3% for receiving gifts. That's not your love language.
At this point in my life, I mean, I got so much stuff. What else do I need?
Yeah, but I think if you were younger, man, you'd be like, if a girl bought you something, you're like, oh, she must love me or like me because she bought me something. So I think your love languages can change.
I think they can. Yeah.
So if you have taken because this book's been out forever, if you took it a long time ago, I would go back on there and take it again because your languages might have changed. It's pretty eye opening. But okay, so I thought it'd be fun if I put a pause. I put a pin in our date night, and I thought we could do the last part on the podcast.
Okay.
So based on your partner's love language on a piece of paper, and I got really bright colored index cards so we can put them on our bathroom mirrors and they really stand out. Because you know how sometimes when you put stuff on your bathroom mirror, eventually it just becomes background and you don't even notice it. So these are on neon bright cards.
Why don't we put this on our vision board? You've got plenty of room there.
Because we don't go in the vision board. We see ourselves in the mirror every day.
We go in the vision board room every day.
Okay, we'll make 2 copies.
Oh.
All right. So, but it says to put it on your bathroom mirror, Alan.
Okay.
I'm a rule follower.
Hey, look, I need words of affirmation that I'm playing this game right, or I'm gonna check out.
So write your partner's love language on a piece of paper. So
Okay.
Mine is acts of service.
Yes, I understand.
And then ask me, and I'll ask you 2 to 3 ways that you can love them in their language.
Okay, how can I love you in your language?
Acts of service.
I understand.
Okay,
yes.
Let me think. What can you do for me? Well, I love like the Christmas lights and doing all that. Can you please fix the Christmas lights in the flower bed for me?
Oh, okay. Fix lights
in the flower beds because our flower beds are very sad. They don't look very Christmassy.
I got it. Okay.
And our yard does not look complete.
Right. Okay. Okay.
All
How many more? One more?
It says 2 to 3. Let me just give you 2 because I think you can handle 3.
2's a nice even number.
Alan, wouldn't you want to shower me with love?
Well, give me some more. Pile them on.
Well,
give me some more.
You just did one act of service for me today. You disassembled the bunk bed fiasco. So now I've got to come up with something else. This is harder than I thought.
I filled your car with gas the other day.
Yeah. You know what I think it's romantic when a man takes a woman's car to get washed and get the gas. So why don't you put down to do that? Because I like it. You don't need to do it every day, but every so often be like, because I don't wash my car very much. I purposely pick a color that doesn't show dirt the most because I don't want to wash it all the time.
I can't stand the inside
of a dirty car. And Alan can't stand it. So that can be one. Wash my car and gas it up for me.
Yeah, I can do that. I do that.
I know.
I think relatively regularly.
Well, the car wash, yeah. It is relatively. But now that we're getting into the slushy season, you can do it more often.
Yeah, that's true.
And then once Christmas is over, you only have one love language left to show me. And that's it. One thing.
Okay. So fix the lights, huh? That'll take me about 3 days, but that's okay.
But I'll know how much you love me. All right. So Alan, let me get my love language card. There's my pen. I have a favorite pen.
Uh-huh.
A listener sent me pens because she knows how much I love pens. And they're like little gel pens. They're so cute. I also love mechanical pencils.
Okay.
I'm weird like that. Okay. So Alan's was words of affirmation. Okay. Wait. Words of, I'm writing bigger. Okay.
Words of affirmation.
How can I show you I love you?
Okay.
What do you need to hear from me, honey?
Okay, here's the deal. When I'm going through a major appearance change,
Okay.
all right, and I'm kind of in that awkward in between stage,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tough thing for a Leo to swallow when somebody kind of mocks his appearance and says he might look like Kenny Rogers.
That's not words of affirmation. You're
Who's
telling me
dead?
No, you're not telling me. By telling me not to say something, that's not words of affirmation.
Okay, words of affirmation would be, babe, that hair.
Compliment your hair.
Oh, that is some sexy. You're just
Compliment.
rocking that awkward in between stage right now. I've never seen such nice hair on a
Compliment his awkward
on a man your age.
hair.
Sure, that's good.
Until it
Right.
looks
Yes.
good
Right.
again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. How many do I get? I could
You could go 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
You only gave me 2.
I think another.
Alan, I think I had onion on my finger and I just touched my eyeball and it really
okay.
burns.
Let's put that on the list. We have
I chopped up some onions
number
for
12.
dinner.
We have burning eyeballs.
And I think I have onion juice in my left eye.
Burning eye. You're not supposed to touch your eyes. We're
I
in the middle
know.
of a global pandemic.
I know. Don't put your eyes with onion juice.
Okay. The second one?
Yeah.
I think just generally speaking for a dude, you should always approach things, how shall I say?
Delicately.
No, like if you want to give him a compliment, you always, kind of puff him up a little bit. Like say you see something and you're like, yeah, babe, that's really, compared to other men, it's maybe a little taller.
Okay.
Or it's maybe a little longer.
So you're
or
telling
it's maybe
me
a little better looking.
You're telling me see something, say something, but you want me to compare you to other men.
Not what I know.
That's what I heard.
Well,
compare you to other men in a more, but you're always better.
yes. That
Okay.
last part is good.
All right.
Yeah, the last part is good.
Compare
Always the biggest
him
and the best.
to other men, but Alan
Yes.
is always
Right.
better.
Just add.
I don't know if this is what the people
Just
who wrote
add-
the Adventure Challenge
Add,
meant.
babe. Here you go. Add ER to everything. Babe. It's handsomer. It's thicker. It's taller. It's
Kenny Rogers.
stronger.
Kenny Rogers.
See, good listener. See, dear good listener. See, that's why Alan has
was
words of
funny.
affirmation on his, because this is what I hear.
You
This
could
is
just
what
add ER on it.
my mom and dad were horrified.
You're gassier.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
You said just add an ER on anything.
You're making a mockery of this exercise in relationships.
You're lurchier. Parts of you are hairier.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So here's my words. Okay. Compliment his awkward hair until it looks good again and compare him to other men, but Alan is always better.
Yes.
Yeah, what are mine again?
Yours are fix Christmas lights
In the
and then
in the flower beds.
yes, and get gas in car wash. Good God. This was so wheels off.
But then you know what we're supposed to do? The second part, we're supposed to plan dates around our things. So You know how you could turn this into a sexy date, except it's too cold. It's we could sexy wash the car together.
Oh,
We see that in all the movies.
Are you kidding
in
me?
porn. Don't know. I'm guessing. Is that one of the scenarios in porn where they sexy wash a car and she like scrubs off the windshields with her soapy boobies or something? I'm delirious. I have no sleep and I have onion juice in my eye.
Just keep talking. You're giving me so much material to work with.
And I'm not drinking.
Sexy boobies in the car? What are you talking about?
You're supposed to take the things we write on the cards and come up with a date night activity based on them. Let me find the page again. I've lost my page. I shut the book. Oh, that's not it. Wait, one more.
Wait, no, go back.
There's one more. It's one more. It's page 16.
Oh, okay.
It says collaboratively plan a date that focuses on these love languages.
I don't think with what you and I wrote down, there's not going to be no date on this. I'm going to be out there.
Sexy car wash.
No, here's the deal. I'm going to be out there in the freezing cold, fixing these lights that I'm never going to be able to get to work.
I've got an idea. So I'll be sitting at a bar with my mask on, and then Alan will come up to me and we'll pretend like we don't know each other. I know JC and Kenzie do this sometimes. So we can try this and we'll pretend like I'm hitting on you. And the way I hit on you is I compare you to all the other men in the bar, but you're always better. And it'd be like a little role playing.
This is so wheels off.
What? JC and Kenzie do that. He picks her up in bars all the time because they pretend they don't know each other. And he picks her up.
That's kinky.
It's mildly.
It's kinky.
It's not kinky.
It's kinky.
It's not kinky. It's just a little mild role play. So while we do that, that's how and then we'll go outside and wash the car. Sexy.
Okay, you throw on a bikini. I'll fill up a pail full of soapy suds, and we'll start.
Gotta wait till it's warmer.
We'll start throwing that around.
So there we go.
How long are you going to last doing that?
I said we have to wait till it's warmer.
No.
We'll get it done. It might not happen in a week.
And
so
then
that was fun.
And then when you see me shirtless washing your car, you have to tell me how bulging my muscles are.
More bulging than our neighbors.
Yes.
I'll compare you to all our cul-de-sac men.
Thank you.
All right, look. Since we're let me change the subject real quick. I just, a lot of people are not able to travel home for the holidays. You know that song, I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Well, that ain't happening this year, right? I wanted to fly home to see my family, and I can't because there's just, my elderly relatives. It's probably, until the vaccine is out and everything, it's probably best. So I'm very sad about that. So you know what the world needs right now in addition to a vaccine? We need peace, love, and cookies. PLC. And nothing compares to Mrs. Fields cookies.
No, nothing.
Mrs. Fields is always there for us, like a warm hug,
yes,
a cookie hug.
Yes.
That is the real thing. For over 40 years, if you can believe that, time flies, but Mrs. Fields has blessed us with her ooey gooey cookies, her melt in your mouth brownies, delicious handcrafted confections. I've been eating them since I was just a youngin'. And now more than ever, Mrs. Fields is the perfect gift to give all those people you really wish you could hug right now, but you can't safely do that. But nothing safer than a cookie hug. I love, if you go on our website right now, they've got so many things to choose from. I love the Holiday Elf cookie jar. It's filled with bite-sized cookies and caramels. They've got the Holiday Happiness Crate. I think this is great if you're giving like gifts to clients or just a business gift because it is overflowing with brownie bites, cookies, and sweet little yogurt-covered pretzel trees. I got our family the traditional snowman cookie tower, and it's got the nibblers, little fudgy brownie bites, those delicious pretzel trees. And also 2 little cookies frosted that look like wreaths. They're so cute and delicious. Mrs. Fields does have a huge selection of gift baskets, cookie tins, and all sorts of goodness to choose from. The perfect gift for teachers, your in-laws, your best friend since 5th grade. Hey, Tommy Jean.
Tommy Jean.
And like I said, your business gifts too. So share peace, love, and cookies this year with the delicious goodness of Mrs. Fields.
And our listeners get 20% off site-wide with promo code SANDWICH at mrsfields.com. Just click or tap on the microphone at the top and enter promo code SANDWICH for 20% off your order. That's mrsfields.com. promo code sandwich. MRSFIELDS.com.
That was nice of you to spell it for everybody.
Well,
because they might have spelled it MISSUS,
Well,
Mrs., and it's MRS, Mrs.
I before E, except after C, or when sounding like A, as in neighbor and way.
But I think there are a couple of exceptions to that. I just can't think
Let's
of
hear
one
one,
right
Evans.
now. I was just going to say I can't think of one right now. But I will say that is true. When I started that little Mrs. Fields sponsorship, and I thank him so much because I love Mrs. Fields. But I'm not going to be able to go home for Christmas this year, and I'm very sad about that. I was home in South Carolina in March, right before the pandemic, really hit and things were shutting down. And Boss Man said, "Come home." I was home on spring break.
Amen.
I was like, "I'm leaving here like 2 days." He said, "I will pay your flight change fee. We need you back."
Kellie.
He was afraid the airports were going to shut down.
Kellie.
Everybody was panicking. What?
This is George Lovin.
I was talking.
I know, but this is George Lovin.
You're my boss man.
Yes. What? I need you to come home.
I did.
Okay.
This was back in March, boss man.
Amen.
Are you the ghost of spring break past?
Yeah. Hey, have you seen Sean?
Not today.
Okay.
No, sir. El Presidente?
Yeah. Is he in Austin?
No, sir. I think he's in Arlington.
Hey, you want to go get some sushi?
Is it 2 for 1 today?
Amen. Yeah, it's 2 for 1. Ask that husband of yours. He wants to go.
You sound like Zach.
They don't know who
You're
Zach is.
morphing all your voices together.
They don't know who Zach is.
Anyway, so I wanted to fly home to South Carolina. Well, because of what's happened with all the airlines and the reduced, flight schedules, there is no flight into Florence anymore. I cannot fly into Florence. I have to fly into a neighboring city, rent a car, and drive in. So I found some flights that would work. I talked to Alan about it, and he was willing to let me because I really miss my family. And I was going to.
Wait a minute. What do you mean willing to let you?
Well, I mean,
if you want to see your family, you should see your family.
No, but if you told me no,
why
you
would
wanted
I tell
me.
you no?
I know, see, honey, but that's what I'm saying. If you would have said, "I really want you here with the holidays with us and the kids," I would have had to acquiesce to that. But I was bragging on you, honey. You didn't say no. You said
go.
Know.
I think the listener would think, "Wow, does she have to get permission to go see her family?"
Well,
what kind of a tyrant does she live with?
It's permission, but I would consult with you.
Oh, okay.
You think I should just go book a trip and just tell you I'm going?
No, I appreciate you.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Why are you trying to make this a fight?
But you don't really need. I'm not. But you don't really need permission.
All right, Alan. But if you would have expressed you would rather me not go, I wouldn't have gone. But guess what? I'm not going anyway.
Yeah.
Because after all that, my aunt, she's getting older. She's 86.
The corona.
And the news has scared her silly, just like it scared a lot of people. And
it's fake news.
Well, the virus is very serious for older people. That's the number one community that is really, it's the scariest.
That's true. Yeah.
So, and I don't want to make
she's 86.
And she's 86, and I don't want to make anybody feel unsafe. I want her to know how much I love her at the expense of not seeing her. So I'm not going. I'm very sad. But I mean, I'm happy to be home with my family, but I was looking forward to going.
Well, if I let you go, you could go in the spring.
Yeah, there should be
Maybe we'll have a vaccine out.
If
there's a vaccine out, then I'll give you permission to go.
But I won't be seeing my South Carolina people this Christmas.
South Carolina.
Yeah. But we'll be here.
You just be stuck with me, I guess.
Here. Maybe I have, we have things to look forward to. In addition, hopefully I can see my family and maybe in the spring, like you said. I know we have a podcast family meetup coming up in February. And then there's a Facebook group. And what's the name of it? Do you remember?
A Sandwich and Some Lovin' fan meetup.
Yeah, it's really a fancy
like
name.
That.
A Sandwich and Some Lovin' fan meetup. You have to request membership. It's a closed group because they want people that actually listen to the podcast to go to these things. But
are you a member?
I am a member, and I RSVP that I'm going.
I'm a member.
But it's happening on Saturday. I believe it's the 27th of February, whatever that Saturday is, at 6 p.m. Central at Oak Barbecue.
I thought it was the 29th.
No, it's not leap year this year.
Oh.
I think it's the 27th. But anyway.
It's the 27th.
You millions of train of thought. Oh, and in January, we're going to have the big announcement of when the podcast family vacation is going to be.
Yes.
And it's coming up in July again, but we don't have the specific dates yet.
Hey, and check this out. Check this out, dear listener. This is something the kid came up with. This year, if you book a trip to hang out with Kellie and I on the podcast family vacation, we're going to have prizes.
Yeah.
for just the people who book.
Yeah, I mean, like it'll be random. Not everybody gets a prize. You'll be in a drawing.
Yeah, being a drawing. You're being a drawing.
We're wanting a lot of people to go, but we don't want to go broke giving y'all prizes.
And we're not
this
talking.
comes out of our pocket.
And we're not talking about a sandwich and some Lovin coasters. We're going to have fabulous.
Yeah, but
prizes.
everybody loves the sandwiches
Fabulous.
and hats. So we're going to have more hats, but we're going to also have some prizes from some of our sponsors from the podcast. It's really cool stuff. We want, we talk about them. Y'all are nice enough to shop with our sponsors, which actually helps support our podcast and allows us to keep doing it. And so we're going to maybe bless you with some of their podcast merch. So we got that coming up. And also don't forget, we have a contest going on right now. You have a few, if you're listening to this podcast on delay, I'm sorry. But we are giving away a $500 gift card to Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
And we just want to hear your best dad Santa joke. It doesn't have to be about Santa, just a Christmas theme, holiday theme.
Good ones.
It could be Hanukkah. It could be, what is it? Hanukkah Harry? Is that what they say? It could be Hanukkah. It just has to be holiday themed. Okay.
We don't exclude.
No, it could be, if you've got a cool Kwanzaa joke, we'll hear whatever.
It can be corny dad.
But
It can
the
be
dad joke.
It can
thing.
be on the down low lewd.
We're getting some lewd ones too,
We're
because
getting a
y'all
few-
know Alan.
We're getting a few lewd ones.
So anyway, submit
Hey,
those.
Sorry, babe. And shout out to the person who said, "Hey, I'm sending you some lewd jokes," and she spelled lewd Leud. That made me laugh.
Made you laugh.
I thought that was great.
It's part of her joke, maybe.
Part of the bit.
So anyway, get those just really quick ones. They don't have to be these. Don't send us a paragraph joke. Dad jokes are short and they're quippy, right?
Quick hitters. Quick hitters. Yeah.
All right. You can send us 100 of them if you want. We don't care. You're just going to have to make us laugh. Alan literally walked into the office today, which has now become my office, and bent over, knee slapping, guffawing at one of the jokes.
I was.
We're not going to tell you what it is because we're hoping that we get even better jokes than that. So anyway.
I was laughing that hard.
Email your jokes to
podcast@kellyandalan.com.
All right. And you have until noon Central on Monday, December 7th, 2020 to get those in. I'm saying that in case somebody's listening to the podcast sometime next year, because people go back and listen. We understand that. So noon Central, Monday, December 7th of 2020, because we're going to record the podcast that night, as we do typically on Monday nights. And we'll announce the winner for that $500 gift card to Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
And you say, Kelly, I don't have a Living Spaces where I live.
Online.
Guess what?
Online.
You can go to livingspaces.com.
Ad?
Well, we have to say where you can go to get the stuff, because you might think, I don't have Living Spaces. I'm not going to enter my joke. But you can shop online. So anyway, and they just had a huge Cyber Monday sale. They might still have some of that stuff carried over if you want to go look. All right, so that's everything we've got coming up. Thank y'all for being here for the podcast with us.
Whoa, okay. You're pinching it off here, huh?
Yeah, I've talked a lot.
I'm going to bring it home for
I've
Jerome?
got to go flush out my eye and,
Wow.
and tend to my arthritic hand.
Until we got all this on paper, I can't believe this list. I can't believe you're sitting here alive.
All right.
And my only thing is gassiness. Look at that list.
Yeah. I'll work on it.
Wow.
But I'm not one to complain.
No, ever.
Just is what it is.
Never, ever.
And I'm very sensitive to the sun. SPF 100. Did you write that down? I'm not a day walker. You should have put that down. Not a day walker.
But even with your creamy complexion, I've gone on record saying you're great to go to the beach with.
Thank you, baby. I put on SPF 100 and let's go.
You put on the Bullfrog 150 and then big hat, big sunnies, get under the palapa and
try
then
really hard.
Plop your big white butt there on the palapa and then
again, why do you have to refer to me
I'm sorry.
Big fat pants? What are you trying to say? Put that on the list?
You're reading too much into it. It's just my vernacular. It has nothing to do with.
Your vernacular is way more better than other men's.
Thank you. It has nothing to do with your personal sitch.
Okay.
It's just the way I talk, which is like a truck driver, I guess. So I raised in a barn. It's what Kelly asks a lot.
I never have said that once. I've never asked that once.
Have you not?
Have I ever asked you were you raised in a barn? Think about it. That's not something I would say.
If you did, I'm gonna go to my mom. I'm gonna tell her. See what she
That'd
says.
be insulting to your parents. That would be insulting to your parents. I would never say that.
Kelly's never said that. I'm just joking.
All right. But they did raise a gassy son.
That's not whatever. At this point, I can't fight it off. I'm done.
Y'all just have to believe me, and I know you do.
All right, babe. And with that, this was fun.
It was fun.
Love you desperately.
I love you.
Even with your 12 ailments, inflamed tendon, hot flashes, bursitis, Dowager's hump, Raynaud's syndrome, cashew toe, Hashimoto, sensitive teeth, chronic constipation, chronic fatigue, the change, and burning eyeballs.
That's temporary. It's onion juice.
And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good. Have a good sandwich. Bye. That was a good bye. Did you hear that? Bye.
Yep. And I can save the bits that I carried over from last week to next podcast. I just have so much content.
Hey, Dee Dee. Here, hold on. Here, I'll write the email. Ah. Michael, I joke about George because he likes going to Bluefish. You know, you're
saying his name.
Okay. You like Bluefish. You know Bluefish in Las Colinas, right? That's where we go. Damn it. Just got your dad joke, Elizabeth. Let me see what you got here. Okay, it's good. It's funny. It's funny. I don't want to play favorites or laugh too hard because, give everybody a fair shot here. That's a good one. It's a good joke. Kelly, have you used the oxy powder pills?
What is that?
I don't know. Yes. Christy Kincaid Norris, just KKN. That's right. I like that. Yeah, they used to do 2-for-1 sushi there. I don't know if they still do it. Wow. Landon. Landon.
What about Landon?
Landon uses something, that stuff, that oxy powder pills.
Oh, does it make you poop?
Whoa. So Landon's regular, huh? Dime. Yeah. It's Landon's poop pills. Man, I tell you what.
I haven't been following her as much lately.
I am so glad I don't have that affliction. That would drive me insane. I don't see how you function. That would drive me absolutely insane. Yeah, we had a good time, Karen, at Oaked. We got the meat sweats. I had some leftovers tonight. All right, guys. Well, they work great. Okay. Maybe you should try them, bet. The oxy powder pills. Why don't you try those?
I can try.
And you can just
I don't know where to get them. I haven't been following Landon lately. I'm sorry. I've been so bad on social media. I barely post. I have so bad. I just haven't been on there. I feel terrible, but I got to post those recipes. I'm going to do that. I told my mom to give me the recipe for pink fluff.
Too much best fiends.
And somebody just wrote me and said they love my mom's Mexican corn casserole. And I haven't given that recipe out in years. So I'm going to do that one too. I'll do that like within the next week.
I don't know what pink fluff is. It sounds like
so good. And you do too. You've seen it.
It sounds like ambrosia. Ambrosia. Elizabeth said you can get it on Amazon.
Well, write it down, honey, please.
Yeah, just good old X-Lax, man.
I don't want to take X-Lax. That's just like a
It
one
works
time and done
gently.
thing.
It works
Is the
gently.
thing Landon's taking a daily thing, or is it just for occasional constipation?
Did y'all hear the question? Oh, nice. That's cool, Dee Dee. Sweet. She's going RVing full time now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Where is your home base?
I forget where Dee Dee is. That's awesome. What about naturally, like with prunes? Like prune juice. Prune juice will naturally make you explode.
Everything works for me for about a week. And then after a week, it stops working. My body adjusts to it.
If you don't explode drinking prune juice, you got a big problem, babe. I mean, major.
It's chronic constipation, according to your list.
Chronic constipation. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how we got on this subject, guys. It's
Your list.
It's y'all's fault.
It's your list.
People love lists. Yeah, coffee. Yeah. That's all I need, just a sip of coffee. And I'm freaking running. Wow, that's awesome, Dee Dee. Yeah, they did the freaking like sell it off, going full time. How cool is that? That's gonna be us someday. Hopefully everybody in South Carolina hears this.
How old are you?
Dee Dee, ¿cuántos años? Por favor.
Is this retirement?
I don't think they're retirement age. I don't think. Maybe. She's 50.
Wow.
My
You're younger
age.
than I am.
My age. Yeah. It's awesome. Think you could rent me out one of the little rooms in there, Dee Dee? Just so I could check it out. Yeah, working remotely. You know, seriously, all kidding aside, I follow some people on YouTube that do that. They vlog their adventures in their RV. There's one lady, she lives with her dog in her RV full time, like 365. And she's in this tiny, it's the smallest, why can't I talk right now? It's the smallest Airstream. It is the smallest Airstream, and she tows it with her Forerunner. Okay, and she lives in this dang thing. Every night she has to convert her kitchen table to the bed. But man, she does these really high quality videos, and yeah, I think it is a base camp. It's the smallest one they make, but it's pretty interesting. And there's another couple that I follow, and they go all over the place. It's pretty cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've seen those, Bethany. Those are cool too. People really decorate them really nice inside. I've seen people do that too with classic Airstreams too. They look really neat. Genesis says she likes your hair color.
Thank you. It's real coppery. It's brighter in person than it is on the screen. You should see it in the sun.
Dee Dee, what do you tow that thing with? See, I have a truck, but it's not meant for towing a fifth wheel. I could tow a small RV, but you must have a diesel to tow something that big. Yeah,
Okay, so we started off the podcast with my list of ailments.
Yeah.
Is that what we started with?
Yeah, list of everything that's wrong with you physically. And it's a substantial list. I love you so good. I do, even though it's a substantial list. Say
Honey, please quit pressing my
What? I'm
hump.
trying to massage
It doesn't help
Oh,
with that. But
okay.
you
I thought
hit
it
the bone.
helped.
What helps is if you do this.
Well, I did that the other day and you
Yeah,
panicked.
because you really were doing it hard. But normally I like it hard. Like my hair a little bit. Okay, now. Thank you. Yeah.
You mind, Bethany, shop liver? No, that's really cool, dude. That sounds like a lot of fun. That does sound like a whole bunch of fun. I want to do something like that someday.
What?
What Dee Dee's doing? Like get a big RV and travel around like a lot of places.
Ooh.
Man, I got stretched really good today. Yeah, I'm already tired.
Can you do the left side a little bit though to balance? Like
acts of service, guys.
Yeah. I should have done that. Neck massages. Ah, damn it. The podcast is over.
That's right, Just Tessa. Thank you, Bethany. Appreciate you. Genesis really loves your color.
It's Garnier Nutrice. I forget, it's like medium auburn or something. The girl in the box, she's a light-skinned black woman with freckles, and she's got really curly perm. And the hair color on her was not this coppery. But that's the box. I don't have it in front of me, or I'd tell you what number it is. But it's like medium auburn or something. Garnier Naturals. Garnier Naturals. It's the one that doesn't use harsh chemicals. And it really, I like the way it applied. It really went on well. It was a thicker cream than some that I typically use.
Creamier?
Yeah. But I wish I could have gotten the darker.
I might just go shoe polish. What do you think?
I like your hair going gray.
Frosted tips, maybe? Should I go frosted tips?
You can stop. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Hector. You got me, man. Somebody's got to. Oh, all right, guys. Well, I got to upload to stop talking. Dee Dee wants to know if you think you're ever going to go gray.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I want to, and then every time I start to do it, it truly ages me. Like I can't.
Like 20 years?
I can't believe it. I cannot believe how much it ages me. And I don't like that looking back at me in the mirror. And I love people that go gray naturally, and sometimes it works with your skin tone and stuff. But my gray is not pretty gray. It's a dishwater. I don't even know. It's just not cute. And I just don't, I don't know. I also don't want to be Lucille Ball with that, real, well, this is close to real red, but when you get older and you see those ladies with the real red rinses, I don't know. Alan, would you be okay if I went gray? I'm telling you, it's not cute.
I like your red hair.
It's really, my red hair is defining. It's very defining for me.
I like your red hair.
I know, honey. Thank you.
What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, my mom. My mom colors her hair still, and she's 70. My mom's 77.
Her hair looks great. His mom's got a gray head of hair.
But my mom has kind of got a youthful appearance anyway. But she's 77. She still colors her hair, and she colors it like dark brown. It's a little lighter than mine. Yeah. Hector, you can just say the Filipino and then add the actor name to anything, right? My uncle used to call me. He thought I looked like Nicolas Cage, which I've never thought, but he was the one who called me Alonzo. But he said I look like Nicolas Cage. And this was when I was young, maybe because I didn't have facial hair. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. I don't know. Got it. I don't know how much longer. I'm going for it. What, babe?
We need to do that Instagram post, but I'm tired. I just think I want to go to bed.
We can do that one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
Thank you, Bethany. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna go that long, Karen. I don't think I'm gonna do
about my ailments and the love languages. That's enough to put in the description, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm so tired.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep kind of slicking it back, Elizabeth. Yeah. I don't know. At some point, it's going to get really heavy, and then when it gets warm in the spring, I'll probably start bitching about it and getting really hot because I hate being hot. You know, that's why I always have kept it short because I don't like it on my neck. But during the winter, it's fine. Sounds like I'm whining. You ladies always have to worry about long hair on your neck.
Oh, we need to take a picture of ourselves with we'll do it in a minute.
Yeah, 227, Dee Dee. All right, guys. Love y'all desperately. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. This was fun. Hope y'all had fun. And let's see. We won't see you until, what's today, Wednesday? We'll see you Monday, I guess. See you on the social medias. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.